start.
Yeah, hey, welcome folks. We're in our draw 12 draw here at the gauge. 4:15 start, a little bit delayed start here this afternoon, just picking up after the power outages yesterday. But our feature matchup today on sheet 4 is Sam Forestell and Shaelyn Park versus Matt Stanley and Julia Godin on sheet 4. So both teams out of Curl Moncton. At the beginning of this game, we're going to have, looks like Forestell and Park starting off the game with Hammer. So here we are. We'll keep you updated on all the scores across the boards here as we go along. But once again, looking forward to a good match in here, our feature match here on sheet 4. It is a C division elimination game, so the loser will unfortunately be eliminated from competition. And the winner of this game actually moves on to a C qualifying game later on.
Good afternoon, James.
Yeah, so I failed to introduce my co-host this afternoon, Chris Jenkins, who has been with you guys a couple times already. So welcome, Chris, and looking forward to having a great game and getting your insight on here. You're my resident mixed doubles expert. So
well, I don't know about expert, but I have played the game, and I do play in a league, and it's a lot of fun, and so I'll definitely do my best to provide insight. It's certainly very different from the traditional 4-player game, and it definitely takes a mind shift of strategy.
Definitely, that's what I've been noticing here throughout the weekend. So you check 2 boxes with regards to the games of playing mixed doubles, and you're in a league. You check 2 boxes that I don't have, so that makes you an expert in my mind.
Well, okay, I guess I'll wear that with a badge of honor. Thank you, James.
There you go.
Coming from you, that's very much a badge. Thanks.
Oh.
So we've got the game on the go here, and I believe we have Stanley Godin with Hammer. No, sorry.
Yeah, Forestell Park. I think we can put that on the board if you want to.
Yeah, I think they have Hammer.
There, yeah. Yeah, so already Blue Rocks by Sam Forestell and Shaelyn Park in good spots here. Able to freeze onto the back button rock and throwing here again. The red rock just kind of bounced off. So I assume they're just going to try to keep piling them in there and put this one top button, top 4-foot in good spots and kind of take the track away.
Well, that's what makes mixed doubles really exciting. You get a lot of stones into the 4-foot really early, really quickly. And it generates a lot of excitement and sometimes a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
And certainly for the commentators as well, who sometimes can't figure out who shot all the time, and even second guessing because it's a 2-player game. We don't always get to see the broom and the shot called. So
yeah, you see a lot of discussion happening in the hack, and sometimes I'm kind of left wondering what the call actually is. Obviously, it's pretty obvious in a 4-person game when they put the broom down, run down the ice, give a weight indication. But a lot of those conversations are happening in the hack. So I think in next year's budget, we're going to put microphones on the players, and we're going to take away all that confusion.
that will certainly help.
Yeah, there you go.
Right now, Julia has the broom down for Matt, who's throwing his outturn draw. And probably right to the pin here. Yeah, follow it in.
That same pocket's available for them. A little light up by Sam there. Left it a long center guard, so there is room for Matt to get in there.
She certainly gave him lots of ice, which is nice to see. If that's accurate, it's nice to see that much swing here in the first end.
Yeah.
Pretty good weight, maybe back 8 weight there, and still in a good position.
Yeah, it's good. This was the same sheet we did our previous live stream game on, and we did see a lot of curl. If you throw the right weight there, it does bend quite a bit in there. But as soon as you up your weight, we've seen some track and be a little deep there. So it's just all about finding that right weight control here.
So to the viewers, you might notice that both Sam Forestell and Matt Stanley have the same jerseys on. That's because they play together.
Oh, good eye.
on their men's league, men's team. So just to make it even more confusing to everyone watching us right now, they're the two opposite teammates play on a team together and happen to be wearing the same jersey.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little inside bet going on between these two gentlemen.
I think so.
Yeah.
I bet there's definitely some pride on the line for
yeah,
sure.
definitely some bragging rights back home with the other two members.
To your point, both these teams are from Curl Moncton. A great little club. I have family who curl out of that club. I have an opportunity to play out of that club every so often, maybe a couple times a year, and always treated really well there at Curl Moncton.
Yes, definitely some great people for sure. And they have lots of action going on at Curl Moncton this week. Just finished Canadian Junior Mixed Doubles qualifier there. Just completed that today, and now the Canadian Senior Championships are moving into that facility, and they've actually have 10 sheets of ice going there now. I think it is.
I believe they put in the other 10, the other
Yeah.
5 sheets of ice to make it 10 sheets
Yeah,
for
there
the
was-
Canadian.
There was a miraculous transformation between maybe 20 pickleball courts into 5 sheets of curling ice there. So
Pickleballers aren't going to be very happy,
no,
but
they've kind of moved out for a month or so. But some fantastic curling. If anybody wants to watch some of the greatest senior curlers in our country competing for a national championship, head down to Curl Moncton this week, and that'll be going on next week and a half, I think.
I believe so, yeah. And I think Shelley Graham is representing New Brunswick
Right.
On the ladies' side.
And Mike Kennedy on the men's side.
Oh, that's fantastic.
A perennial champion there. He seems to have been in that role a few times with the Canadian seniors, and it's been close a lot. So they have the whole province cheering for them this week for sure.
Yeah, former world champion as
Yeah,
well.
there you go. Done it before.
So we have Julia in the hack right now.
Yeah, so in a good spots there. They've managed to jiggle those blue ones that were in a good spot. So red looks to be lying 2 at this point. Don't have an overhead view here, but from my perspective, it looks like 2 red at this point. Trying to draw another one. There is a nice little pocket there at the back 4 for her. This side hasn't been used. We saw it last game. This side is when nobody uses it for a bit, it is a lot heavier on this side.
This, unfortunately, she's come up a bit light on this. Line wasn't too bad, but a little off guard on the weight. Still, that pocket is there. Huge opportunity now for Park Forestell to sink another one in there. And from this perspective, I think red might be shot though.
Is it? Yeah, definitely red. Yep. Might be 2. Would you say?
Hard to say from
like
this
I said,
angle.
we need that overhead. That's another thing we're going to check off and put in the budget for next year as well.
Yeah, that'll certainly help us out and help the viewers out as well.
Yeah, there you go. So Shaelyn with her last one of this end, trying to curl around on the intern side to that button. Hopefully she learns something from Julia's last rock there.
So this is potentially a force of 1. There, if it curls enough, there is a chance to tap for 2. And it's caught her off guard as well. This looks light and just wrecked.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have to wait, see if it's 1 or 2.
Okay, they kicked it off right away.
Okay,
So
1 for sure, 1 red, 1 steel, a 1 for sure. So we're gonna maybe update our scoreboard and have a word from our title sponsor.
and we're back. Second end of play. Forestell Park, Stanley Godin, an all Curl Moncton matchup here this afternoon.
Yeah, we put a steal of 1 on the board for Stanley and Godin at this time. We're fairly certain it's a steal of 1. If as the score changes, we'll update it accordingly. But great first end. Both teams had some early. Park Forestell at Blue Rocks had a little bit of an advantage there early in the end, but Stanley and Godin able to get some red rocks in some good spots and ended up with a steal and won.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice little corner freeze by, I think that was Julia. Shaelyn Park throwing an intern draw.
So it looks like the ladies are throwing shots 1 and 5, and the guys throwing 2, 3, and 4. I know in our last game with Trevor Hansen, Dean Gratton, and Christina Worm, and Michelle Barkley, there was a lot of jiggling going on throughout the game, so it was kind of almost hard to keep track of who was throwing. But so far, well, it'll be interesting to see. So far, it seems to be the ladies throwing 1 and 5, and the guys throwing 2, 3, and 4.
I had an opportunity to ask some of the players
Yeah.
that very strategy, how they make decisions around that, and some have a definite lineup, others wing it, and
Okay.
so it just is how they're feeling right now during the game and how they're throwing. So typically, you'll see a lot of times the ladies taking, I call it the bookends,
Yeah.
1 and
Yeah.
5, and the men playing the middle 3. But that's not always the case.
A little heavy on that one. Able to tick the blue one off from the top of the button area. So a little heavy on that one, but still did something with it and was able to move the blue rock off from the top of the button. That's always a good thing. So a little pocket there for Sam.
Yeah, if he can lodge this in here, it's going to be very difficult to remove. It'll certainly take a couple of shots to remove.
Actually, we're going to update our score. Actually, it was a steal of 2 in the first end for Stanley and Godin. We just got the official results from our curling NB counterparts here. So we're going to update the score. It was a steal of 2 in the first end for Matt Stanley and Julia Godin.
Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult for us to tell from this angle, and especially when all the stones are clustered together in the 4-foot like that around the button.
So Sam able to put that rock right perfectly in the pocket there at the back of the button, but there is still, the pin is still available for Matt here, so following him down.
Yeah, he's got about back 12. Nice little tap.
Great shot there.
And it definitely, the thinking cap has to go on at this point, because you're thinking, well, it's going to take 2 stones to remove that red stone from that 4-foot. So do you play a draw right on top? Do you, well, she talked about running the guard, and that's, I think,
there you go.
I
Yeah.
think that's what they're going to do.
I know we did a previous game with Sam and Shaelyn, and I know Sam really likes to throw that big weight, so I think he's just licking his chops at stuff like this. So.
Well, he can definitely throw the big weight, and but we got a straight peel, so not a bad result.
I kind of like what Matt did there. You see, when he made that freeze onto the one on the button, he actually was he tapped the backing to the back 8, so there is room for that blue rock to exit the 4-foot too. I kind of always like creating space. If he was just able to just freeze in there, that blue that he's frozen to wouldn't have been going anywhere for too long either. So I kind of like the fact that he tapped that a couple feet.
Right. So now there's an opening.
There's a path to exit the 4-foot there. So I really liked Matt's shot there on the last one. So I think that was a reason why Sam was says we got to simplify things and open things up a little bit as well.
Well, now that we have no guards in play, this should simplify things a little bit for Forestell Park. Now down 2. This, okay. Hit and roll.
Hit and roll. Now it looks like more of a traditional curling end here now. Right in my wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
There you go. Great shot by Matt there. Open things up. Stays on front of the one at the back of the 8-foot. I know he doesn't have hammer but he is up by 2, so
I think he was just looking to eliminate,
yeah.
but we're going to have
so a little double, maybe even a triple attempt by Sam here, trying to hit it at half a rock.
He's got some heat on this.
Ended up hitting it on the wrong side. He needed to hit that on the high side. Crossed it too much. He was trying to hit it high side, I think roll into the one on the 8-foot, but
still the pressure's on. Stanley Godin is sitting 3, and Forestell Park are thinking, okay, you know, we're going to be forced to 1 if we keep on this road, so how do you get forced to 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, but good chance for Stanley and Godin just to simply throw a guard at this point too, and really complicate things. Even top 8-foot, top 4 is going to make it really tough to even score for Forestell Park. Julia's looking anywhere on that line, anywhere touching center line here on this rock. It's going to be tough.
It looks like Julia's throwing a guard in turn. Matt's
good looking line. He's just dusting it over there.
This is coming a lot deeper than the guard. Wow. Okay. That was about T-line.
Yeah, probably a little deeper than they wanted, but still trying to.
I think it lets Forestell Park off the hook there.
Yeah, it still might be tough to score 1. Like they might be able to come around, tap it, maybe roll the button a little bit, I guess. I think she indicated just a straight freeze to that 1 back button as well. So.
Yeah, a straight hitting it nose would probably not do you much good.
Yeah, probably. I think you'd probably jam the 1 on the back 4, and that one would be the counter. But it would eliminate. I think Shaelyn and Sam would be happy even giving up 1 at this point. Two, not so much. 3, not so much. But one is livable at least.
So we have last stone.
Last stone for Shaelyn Park. It's going to have to be a pretty delicate shot here. Sam's on it pretty early, trying to keep it straight and drag it.
It's never fun facing 4.
No. Oof.
And this is light.
This is light. Didn't make the rings, so that's a steal of 4 for Stanley and Godin to start off. First 2 ends, 6-0 lead for Stanley and Godin.
Yeah, she will not be happy with that.
No, there's some discussions at the hog line. Going to analyze that and figure out the paths a little better and see what went wrong and maybe figure out how to get this back on. It is early in the game. It's mixed doubles, as you know from yesterday's game. Anything can happen.
Last stone throwers in the last end both came up late as well,
exactly,
so it's caught them both. Both teams had an opportunity to throw practice stones before this game, so yeah, it's a little bit of an eye-opener. Clearly, with a giving up 4 there now in the second end, they're really forced to generate some. Forestell Park is forced to generate some offense here now, and that's exactly what they've done with the power play.
Yeah, we love the power play. Power play, you know what that needs.
That's our favorite. Everyone gets applauded for the power play.
I'm just going to check and see what this button does. What's this one? Ooh, that's a slap. We don't need that here yet.
No.
You only do that after the game when your last shot thrower misses the rock. We'll do that one maybe, but.
Okay. So Forestell Park, knowing that they really have to generate some offense here, Stanley Godin, and that's Julia throwing out of the hack right now, taking an offensive shot. Is going to attempt to raise her own guard into the rings. Opens it up a little bit light on that. I think she wanted to throw a little bit more weight on that.
Yeah, I'm always curious of how people defend that situation, the power play, and I think it depends on the scoreboard, right? Like you're up 6-0, and you're just trying to open up maybe that back one, get things back to the middle. But sometimes I've seen teams just simply draw to the 4-foot as well. But the good news is Julia did open up that blue rock, so if it a little later in the end when they feel the need, it is accessible to hit now.
Yeah, so those guards are only helping Stanley Godin right now. Oh, I'm sorry, Forestell Park.
Yeah, the more rocks in play, the better for them right now. Great shot by Shaelyn. Had no problem with draw weight on that one. I think that's dead buried, top 8 foot, perfectly around that center guard, or the corner guard, I guess it is now.
So I think they've elected to no more messing around and start peeling here. They can now finally throw a hit. It doesn't look like a hit though.
No, maybe he's playing, maybe tapping in the rings, board weight, maybe. Hey, they got a 6-0 lead, so you can't do anything wrong yet. Are they able to remove that rock still, Chris? Like it's their own rock, probably only the 3rd shot thrown at the end.
I have to. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So maybe that's what they were doing, just tapping it into the rings. And,
exactly. So now a hit can be played.
Now a hit can be played. There's been 4. Yeah, this is the 4th shot.
It's always the confusing thing with mixed doubles.
This is why I have you here.
Well, you actually caught it, so thank you, James. Appreciate that. It's a good way to remember is the 4th person or the 4th thrower can play a hit.
Okay, there we go. So obviously, Forestell and Park will not be playing a hit on this one. They are down 6-0. They're trying to generate some offense here. So I'm going to try to keep using as many guards as possible. I think they're going to come around that one. That's just looks like it's biting top 12. They can be used as a guard. On it early. Looks like it's over curling here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of curl inside out this whole weekend.
Yeah,
and it's catching teams off guard. We've seen it some of the earlier broadcasts. Teams are just not giving themselves enough ice and inside out, which isn't too often that happens. Most of the play is outside in in mixed doubles.
Yeah, and I find that like a lot of play to the middle, you're taking edge of the 8 to get to the button, and as soon as you have to play a little different path, it just seems like they are a little confused sometimes finding that line.
But the ice makers have done a fantastic job getting curl both directions, so it's nice to see.
No, for sure. I just find the tendency though this week I've noticed is just to be over curl. So I just feel like just take lots of ice, get by the guard by a foot or so, get a corner buried is a lot more beneficial than coming up on the over curl and a little bit light there. So just get by, just edge on edge sometimes is a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, we're getting lots of finish, so
yeah, there's lots of finish out there. Should be no surprise at this part of the week.
No need for flirting with the guards at all, hey?
No.
Okay. Speaking of flirting with the guard, we've got a nice shot here.
He definitely flirted with it.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by Sam.
So something going here for Sam and Shaelyn for the first time this game. So, but I think that might be lined up pretty good for them if they ever wanted to run that blue-red combination at the top. The only problem is if you're a little wide, you probably miss it and kick in another blue. So you don't want to do that unless you have to. And they are up 6-0, so they're just looking to eliminate the easy ones at this point.
So it is early. It's only the 3rd end, and though I think we have a pretty defensive call here right now by Stanley and Godin, just playing the open hit and relinquishing the 2 points. I think with a 6-point lead, you can afford to give up 2 points and say, okay, you've wasted your power play, and that's the only one you're going to get.
You have the luxury of a 6-point lead.
Exactly. Yeah. And
no mistake.
Yeah, well executed.
No mistake. I think he would probably rather rolled into the 4-foot area, get shot rock, at least something that Park Forestell will have to deal with. I think this does allow them to kind of play an aggressive shot and sink another one around that situation at the top of the 12.
Yeah, I would be tempted to play for a righty the out turn.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we have seen that shot. It actually should be something that they would know. But Sam just made this shot too, so anytime you can give a thrower a chance to like the same shot twice, you're going to give it to him every time. Wow.
And, wow, to your point, he made it a second time.
I think it was a mirror image of the shot previous for Sam, so two beauties.
Yeah, definitely not a fluke, right?
No.
Perfectly consistent. Nice shot, Sam.
So that situation, as predicted, is lined up fairly good onto the back blue. So you're going to see a lot of weight here. As much weight as I think Julia's throwing this one. As much weight as she can. She's just looking to make contact with at least one of those blue ones in the 4-foot.
Yeah. Three is definitely in play here if this is not made.
I know our angle's not perfect, but it looks like she can almost just make contact with that blue almost anywhere, and going to cause some action on the ones in the 4-foot. So it just depends where the red one, when it comes back, if it stays right there, it's going to make it tough for Forestell and Park.
With a lot of swing, it's hard to decide where to put that imaginary broom.
Exactly.
Oh, Matt's working on this.
Looks close. Great shot by Julia there. Lots of weight. Stuck the shooter. It is going to be a wide open draw to the 4-foot for 2 points for Shaelyn Park. But ultimately, I think both teams are happy. They've scored a crooked number for Forestell Park, and probably scored 2 if Shaelyn was able to find draw weight here. But limited the damage on Forestell Park's power play for Stanley and Godin.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Shaelyn looks to be just a nibble of the 4-foot, I guess. A little better than full 8.
Shaelyn Park, open draw, 2 points for Park Forestell. Sam's working on this one. I think it's there. It's looking pretty good.
Good shot. Sam did a end-to-end sweep there for 2 points. After 3 ends of play, it is a 6-2 lead for Team Matt Stanley and Julia Godin going into our 4th end of play. So we're going to pause, update the scoreboard, and have a message from our title sponsor. All right, here we are back. Start of our 4th end of play and entering the midway point. It is a 6-2 lead for Matt Stanley and Julia Godin. Park Forestell just scored 2 in the 3rd end. So Stanley and Godin do have hammer here, up 6-2 in our 4th end.
Park Forestell used their power play, of course, last end, and was hoping to generate a little bit more than 2 points. We've seen teams using the power play to generate as many as 3, 4, and but these are 2 tough competitors, and they know each other very well. Sam and Matt play on the same team, as you've probably noticed, with the same jerseys. So they know each other's style, they know each other's releases, and it's I think there's some, as you pointed out earlier, James. I think there's some bragging rights on the line here.
Yeah, a little side bet probably. At the fourth end break, maybe we'll go do a on ice interview here and find out exactly what that side bet is. Maybe.
I'd like to know that too.
Well, we've already had some side bets going on. I think earlier in the week we had Team Jack Smeltzer and Justine Como playing against Trevor Hansen and Michelle Barkley, and the side bet was, if you know this, Jack Smeltzer and Trevor have very similar hairstyles.
Oh, absolutely.
And the bet was the loser had to cut their hair.
Is that right?
That is right. So just for everybody out there in the universe, that Trevor Hansen will be getting a haircut.
Okay, well, thanks. I just happened to play with Trevor on certain evenings, and
well, then I'm sure you'll be happy to hear this.
I will. No, it's the news to me. So
Yeah.
you were in the loop before I was,
Oh,
James.
well, no,
so,
I just found out about this last game as well. So.
Okay. This is thanks for the info.
Yeah.
It's good to keep your ear to the ground.
There you go. So already some rocks in play here. Some jiggling of the rocks. Mostly you'd see a good draw and a little tap. And now Matt Stanley be freezing down into the pocket. Maybe even the nose of the blue rock.
Yeah, it looks like those two blue are pretty exposed. So great opportunity here to weld this on. I think he's got some
Great line.
Yeah, pack weight or so. Okay.
Great shot by Matt there. I really like moving those rocks out of the way of the path to remove those. So you see that blue one is now just barely in play on the back line. So that blue is can very easily be removed from play anytime they want to.
Yeah, so I think that's generally the sort of the strategy when both teams are fighting for the forefoot. If you have hammer, you want to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room and move those things back as far as you can so you can eliminate stones on your last one. And the opposite, of course, if you're trying to steal. You want to bunch them up and cluster them as close to that button area as you can.
So big shot needed by Sam here. I think it's available to kind of tick that to the side and maybe roll into the pocket of the reds just to kind of open things up a bit. You definitely got to move that one that's on the button right now.
Agreed. He's trying to carve this over there.
Yeah, it just didn't curl for him, but
no, we've been seeing that. If you up your weight a little bit,
yep.
it just rides the line. And now the draws, we're getting great finish. The stones are finishing beautifully, but hack or more, they just seem to straighten out.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen people on those type of shots just not curl up enough. So probably just putting another one in the forefoot, top four, top button.
Still have a center guard out front, and Stanley Godin is in a pretty comfortable lead here right now with 4 up with hammer. Matt just giving this a few licks of the brush. This is it's more than T-line. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, he would have been probably better off to get a little rub off the blue, but he ended up getting by that and hitting his red. So it does create a little bit of a pocket now for Sam Forestell and Shaelyn Park.
Lets them off the hook for sure. It's the momentum can swing really quickly in mixed doubles, and we're seeing it right now. So just being deep on that one, I think Forestell Park, they might be second shot, but huge opportunity now and they're talking about it. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Plop one right on top.
Could almost hit and roll in there as well, so if they want to move some stuff.
Yeah, that center guard is certainly your friend right now. This looks like maybe a board weight hit.
Yeah, we've seen this spot curl quite a bit, so they're going to have to be on this early to get it by.
Yeah, Sam's jumped up, started sweeping his own stones, working on it. This is really moving. Even with heavy hack, this is moving pretty good.
Ended up being, geez, that was tough to do. That's a field goal of some sort right between those two reds. That was tough. That hole's small. But we just saw a board waiter just curl really hard for him right off the bat. So another chance for Matt to put this one top button and really close the scoring area down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he pinched that. We're going to keep an eye on that spot.
Yeah, I've seen that sheet our last feature game, and that sheet that spot definitely curls. So I think that both teams have been surprised.
Yeah, he had pretty good weight on that too. So we'll keep an eye. So the momentum swings back. The pendulum swings back the other way.
Yes, sir. Well, so Matt has another attempt at this. This is the same shot he's played 3 times in a row now.
And this is finishing nicely.
Needs to stop.
Oh, just a shade heavy.
Yeah, he won't be happy with that. This gives him a little a great wall there to come down to. If Shaelyn was able to get onto the button, I don't think it would be unremovable from play. So a big opportunity here for Shaelyn.
Yeah, you probably put that in the worst spot you possibly could.
Right.
If you were 3 feet less, 4 feet less, you would have been a whole lot better, even just top 8. But now you've just opened the door for your opponent, who's drooling to steal with down 4 without. And now I think if she manages to draw right on, say, full button here, I don't think it's removable.
So let's see if she's able to find the right line and wait in this spot. This has been the one that's caused both teams some trouble.
Yeah, we saw this turn go with Sam's hit.
I think this has gone early too, I think. Let's see if he can save it.
This is short. That's she's come up short a few times here now.
A little surprised.
Yeah, just not adjusting to the ice.
Yeah, especially on a shot like that, you could definitely, even the tendency would be to be heavy there. If anything, you had a wall to come down to, so definitely didn't want to be light there.
No, I always wonder about the amount of communication. You know, obviously this is curling. The ice is going to change over time from end to end, and if both teams are, you know, they've got one eye on the clock and one eye on your opponent and one eye on the sheet changing, and of course thinking about the strategy. So there's a lot of parameters going on at any one time.
Same time, yeah.
Exactly.
So a draw for, what would you say, Chris? 4 here?
I think it certainly looks like 4. This might be a knife in the stomach here.
Might be the dagger, yeah. Matt's working on it pretty hard. Looks to be good line.
Yeah, he's by the guard.
Yeah, no, Julia had no trouble with that spot at all. Great shot by Julia.
Wow, great.
No mistake. Didn't move any of those reds either, which is important. So I think that's a draw for 4, a score of 4 for Stanley Godin, Godin in end number 4.
I think it might be 4. We'll
we're going to update it, but we're going to take a moment to update our scoreboard. BWAC with you after a short 4th end break, and we're going to update you from other scores here on draw 12 at the BrokerLink Mixed Doubles Provincial Championships here at the Gage Golf and Curling Association. Hey folks, so we're back after our fourth end break. This is the fastest game of the four games out there, so we're just waiting for some um, updates after the fourth end of the other sheets, and we'll come with you that give you that in a moment. But back to our feature game here, we have Team Stanley Godin up 10-2 on Forestell and Park. So
Yeah, we've had some unfortunate misses by Forestell Park and sort of let Stanley and Gooden off the hook and just allowed them to capitalize and grab a whole bunch of points. That four-ender was a bit disappointing, but
yeah,
onward and upward.
onward and upward. Yeah, forget about park it and go, right? Shaelyn, park it and go. So yeah, I've just been struggling with draw weight. I think for the most part for Forestell and Park, and a couple of hits have gone wrong for Sam, just hitting it on the wrong side. So that's been basically the difference in the game so far.
Both teams had an opportunity to throw stones before the game, and we've seen both Shaelyn and Julia come up a little bit light. Now, Julia made a great draw for four there, but I'm wondering how much the ice is changing during the game currently right now. Perhaps it is slowing down just slightly, and it's catching them off guard.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a time for you. I've been doing that throughout the week. I'm just going to see if there's been any changes, but for the most part, I think it looks to be fairly steady the whole
Nice draw,
time.
nice draw to the button by Shaelyn Park.
So Matt trying to freeze down to those blue rocks on the top of the button, just trying to shrink the scoring area. Forestell Park does have hammer.
Matt Stanley trying to carve this over a little bit. Working it. Okay, maybe backline weight and moves it off the button.
A little heavy there for the freeze, but maybe he was just trying to get it out from top of the button. You don't want those opponent's rocks top button, so if you can move them out, expose them for a later hit, you are up 10-2. So I think they're going to switch to maybe hitting blue rocks at whenever they can here.
Yep, definitely a conversation happening here right now. Shaelyn just gestured, do we want to just draw open side with hammer currently right now? They know they have to generate some points, and they certainly need 3-4 points just to even have a chance to get back into this game.
They're also going to just need some mistakes from Stanley and Godin as well. We just haven't seen very many of them, and so they're going to need some mistakes to get back in this game. But they're going to put some rocks in some tough spots. You don't want to leave them easy shots. You're not going to get mistakes that way. So they're going to try to make their shots as difficult as possible, and maybe get a couple misses here coming down the stretch.
Yeah, we'll touch base with the statisticians after this draw. So this is coming in nicely. In-turn draw.
I think Shaelyn recognized that pretty early, that it was a little bit heavy, and they were trying to save it and maybe tap the red back, but it does leave quite the wall for Matt Stanley to draw down to here. So if he can find the right weight, this red one's gonna be there for a little while.
Yeah, it can really take their end away here. Anything really in front of the tee line, even behind the tee line, behind the button.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think Matt's going to be upset if this one's even back behind the tee line. Just eliminates all three of those blue rocks in one shot.
He's working on this one. It's by the guard. Just squeaked
by. Has to get by his red.
Wow, he must have started that.
Yeah, he wasn't panicking early on that one.
No.
I just did a hog-to-hog time of 14.9 on that rock, and it looked to be pretty good draw weight there. So weight wasn't the issue for sure. So, and that's the times we've been getting all week. It's been 14, around 15 seconds. So no surprise there. So draw weight's been pretty consistent.
That's good to know.
Yeah, but I do find when a side's been sitting for a little while, we haven't played this outturn side, for instance. So I find it's been the sides have been sitting, it does kind of stiffen up a little bit, and maybe you have to add a second or so. So I think that's what's been. I know in previous games that's what's been surprising people when they have to switch to the other side of the sheet. They kind of get surprised sometimes.
Well, we had a hit there and a jam on the back 4, and looks like red is shot currently right now.
Did stay top 8 foot, so it can be used later, but definitely some red rocks building up here as well.
They're thinking about it. Looks like Julia is just going to ask Matt to sink another one right on the pin, right to the wall.
Right to the wall. Yeah, a little tap on the red. Only needs to probably move this about a couple feet.
Oh, he's playing the tap on the red.
Yeah, I think that was the call. Trying to make it curl here at this point. Weight looks close. You can get a little rub off the blue. It's not going to hurt him.
No, it just didn't finish for him.
Just didn't finish for him. He does, and we'll see here. Does freeze it to his own, but there is an angle there to remove both of those and maybe roll to the button. And looks like Forestell Park will be lying 4 if they can somehow just get to the inside of this. I can't really see if there's any error there, but if they can somehow get to the inside of this red and roll to the button a little bit, even stay on top of it would be a good shot.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell from this angle, but I'm not sure if that's edge on edge or it's fully exposed. Opportunity here now, though.
Big shot for Sam here to get back on the scoreboard. This will give you some control of this end for sure. You do have hammer.
Yeah, in the 5th end here, they really need to generate in order to get back into this game.
Is he just playing the tap on the top 8 foot one? We said that was going to come back into play, so
certainly looks that way. Well, he shot.
So they must not have been able to see a good chunk of that red like we thought, but definitely now it opens up an in-turn path. There is still a pocket of around the back 4. If Julia is able to just throw anything down in this pile back here, kind of eliminates the end for Shaelyn Park and Sam Forestell.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice path right there, and as you were saying earlier, twisting the dagger, you get that anywhere in that in-turn path, right anywhere on that button, and it's really going to take away Forestell Park's end.
Yeah, it'll definitely. If she was able to get this top button, it's going to be there until someone kicks it away. Oh, little something in front of the rock here. Matt's just doing some house cleaning. Julia taking her time here as she knows this is an important shot. Matt's down with her to sweep this one. Pretty weight critical shot, so it's a good idea to be down there at that end sweeping this one.
This is looking pretty good. I think that does the job.
Julie has come up clutch this game. She's made a few of those where it just kind of takes the whole entire end away from Shaelyn Park and Sam Forestell. So another great shot by Julia there.
Yeah, that red isn't going anywhere.
No, like I said, until someone kicks it away. I think we're ready to do some 4th end updates, Chris. What do you think?
I think so.
I think everybody has now completed the 4th end of play at minimum.
Sure. On sheet 1, we have Worm Grattan, and who unfortunately are down 5-2 against Abertheen McNamara. On sheet 2, we have Smith Elliott up 4-3 on Campbell and Carr. And sheet 3, we have a 5-3 lead of Thompson Sullivan over Parmenter Burgess.
Sheet 3 is an interesting matchup as well. Some of our pre-event heavyweights going at each other there on some of the top seeds on Sheet 3. So big matchup in B. The winner of that game goes to a B qualifier. The loser does drop to a C qualifier. So both could be around on the weekend for sure.
It is getting late in the week,
It is
so
getting late.
this, to repeat, this is an elimination game between these two teams.
Once again, a little light for Shaelyn. She's had trouble with draw weight here this game. Had some backing there to come down to. Just came up a little light. So looks like another steal of minimum 1. They're talking about even handshakes, I think, at this point. So we're going to stay tuned here. So we're going to update our scoreboard. We're going to put 1 red on the board. It could be possibly 2. We're going to wait for the official results from our on-ice correspondents. They're going to get back to us momentarily. We want.
Yeah.
So here we are back with Stanley, Godin, Forestell Park. Stanley Godin with a commanding 11-2 lead here at this point.
With 3 ends to go, there really has to be a huge turnaround at this point. Forestell Park are really going to have to turn the juice on and get a lot of misses out of Julia and Matt.
Yeah, they're going to have to clean up. They're just having struggling with draw weight at this point, and they're going to have to clean that up. And they're also going to need some misses from Stanley Godin. Just because you're going to make yours doesn't mean the other team's going to start just missing theirs voluntarily. So you got to put some pressure on them, force them into some tough shots. And so far, we haven't seen too many misses from Matt Stanley and Julia Godin. She's been coming clutch there with that last shot of the ends here.
Yeah, she's been spot on. But 6th end action here now. If this game does wrap up, we will continue the broadcast and switch ice.
Yeah, we
to
do
another
have
sheet.
we have the technology here, Chris, to broadcast any sheet we want. So
That's fantastic.
yeah, isn't that great? We can hop around and play around a little bit. So yeah, we have a pretty neat setup here at the Gauge. So we're pretty lucky to have it. So lots of technology throughout the club, so we're able to hop around, switch games if we want. So right now we're at Sheet 4 coverage. We're going to stick with it until maybe Stanley and Godin slap a 9-ender maybe. And
it's looking a little grim. Not too not impossible, but it's a big battle back.
Yeah. Another great shot by Matt. He's been making that the entire game where Sam and Shaelyn get one top 4 buried, and seems like Matt's just been able to kind of tap it out and stay there on the top 4 too. He's done that a few times to them.
And I think we were talking about this yesterday, James. That top 4-foot area really is a controlled zone in mixed doubles, and when you command and control that top 4,
yeah,
you really control the whole end.
Yeah, and we've seen it in spades here this game. Like I said, Matt's been able to make that shot we just saw there a few times this game, and it's just kind of taken all the air of the sails. And Forestell Park, Sam made a great freeze there, and it almost doesn't matter at this point.
But not impossible. Not impossible. Forestell Park, they know they've got a couple of stones in the back of the house right now. Sam is going to attempt to tap that top 4-foot stone back behind the tee line. They know they've really got to be able to generate a significant amount of stones now, or I think it'll be handshakes after this end.
Yeah, they need to score a couple, maybe probably three or four here. So
I think so.
Yeah. So unfortunately,
We saw that turn
Yeah,
that same spot, eh, James?
yeah, they just haven't figured that one out at all. We saw Julia make that shot without any trouble last end, 2 ends ago. So just something that's fooling them right now.
Yeah, if you dump that, could be the stones. Not really
Hmm.
sure, but we've seen a couple stones take off in that exact same spot.
So pretty simple for Stanley and Gooden here, and they're simply going to throw a guard. Probably even going to bring it right in the rings. I don't think it hurts them at this point. Just to bring something on the line. I kind of like. Oh, they're actually eliminating blue rocks. Not a bad call either.
No, I mean playing the scoreboard.
Yeah, playing the scoreboard does create a little bit of a pocket. Probably didn't want to stay right there, but once again, if you put one in, Sam Forestell puts one in the pocket, they just come down to it again. It's really hard to score multiples when everything's on the button.
And as our viewers who might be already familiar with mixed doubles, they know that big ends can happen certainly in this game. Three enders, four enders can happen very quickly, and by no means are Park Forestall out of this just yet. And we're seeing a great little tap shot here. So there's one.
There's one. And we're actually going to update our scoreboard. It was a steal of 2 last end, actually. So I've updated the scoreboard now to reflect that 12-2 lead. So we didn't need the 9-ender, we need a 10-ender.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but a great shot by Sam there. Got one in there, corner frozen. Going to be tough to remove for Stanley and Gooden, but I don't know if they have to. They'll always just freeze down there again. You don't mind, you can definitely give them one at this point.
That is true. With no center guard, though, I think the natural tendency is to just start blasting,
Yeah.
and I think that's the conversation that's happening right now.
Matt's kind of mastered the tap freeze the whole game, so I think that's probably what you're going to see here. Maybe tap the red onto the blue,
Okay.
not with any weight or anything like that, because it's just going to jam anyways, but just kind of jiggle things around.
Interesting in mixed doubles how the defensive call is now to throw a guard.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, good defense is a good offense. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so. And again, it is not a bad call
No.
because there's only so many stones, and your opponent has to deal with it.
And Matt's made this shot probably every time he's played it. So once again, no mistake. Left it top button, angled properly. Great shot by Matt there. Basically unremovable for that red right now. If you do, I suppose you could play the double, but you're rolling out your shooter, and then that leaves Julia and Matt a wide open takeout. So great shot again by Matt.
Yeah. So closing down the scoring area is
Yep.
a really good strategy, and that's what they decided to do, as opposed to just our natural tendency, James, just to start blasting
Yep.
your opponent's stones. So very different strategy in the mixed doubles game, and certainly not wrong.
Nope. No.
It's certainly a challenge right now. Shaelyn and Sam are conversing.
Yeah, they're talking about how to get 4, and I'm not sure that's in their realm of possibility at this point. So
Yeah, even scoring is tough
Yeah.
right now with that blue or that red in the 8 foot.
yeah, they need a multiple score here, and it's just looking more and more bleak as this end goes along. So
Yeah, I think we have a side bet, James, that the Velcro is going to be heard.
yeah,
Mm,
we're trying to pick a number here, though. How many do they need to keep playing? I say 9. Chris says what? 4?
yeah,
3?
maybe they can borrow some stones from the
Yeah.
other sheet.
Yeah. So they are. Looks like they're playing a hit of some sort. I think at this point you have to. I think that blue is going to jam. So I don't think if you were just to hit this just off the nose, I think it'd be a good shot. I think you can get rid of a couple red and stay right there.
Well, this has got some heat to it, and yeah,
Yep.
nice shot, very Very nice shot by Sam.
Yeah, we knew it was gonna. We knew that was there, but we also knew this was going to be a fairly routine wide open takeout for Julia and Sam. So just want to hit and stay. I don't know if that one at the back 4 is shot over the one top 4. That's kind of the important question at this point. If you can nose this one on the 4-foot, if you're lying 2, it makes it tough for Sam and Shaelyn.
Yeah, I think objective for Julia, I think she's just going to make shot stone go away, and if her shooter rolls behind the corner guard or we're behind the other red, which is second shot, I think, right now, either or is a bonus.
Yeah, the way they're playing, she's probably just going to walk up and make this double.
She has been lights out this game.
Yeah.
So as we said, please don't tune your channel or switch channels because we will continue this broadcast even if there are handshakes after the 6th end here, and we will continue to broadcast one of the other sheets. Nice double. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, she was just going to march. We knew she was going to march up there and make that double.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
predicted.
Well, that was your prediction, and
why would she do anything else?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Executed perfectly, and sitting 2. There's nothing.
2 for sure. Might even be 3 here too. So
not really much that Sam and Shaelyn can do at this point.
No. So make the double and hope, I guess, is the call. Yeah. So I think you'll see Shaelyn take on this double. I think that's her only chance at 2. I'm not sure if there are Reds lying 3. There's some close ones here around the edge of the 12-foot that we're going to have a look at, but probably half rock, a little thicker maybe. It makes this double, and then you just kind of wait and see. Actually, Chris, I lied. I think they're doing a draw for 1, so I think this will be handshakes.
I think so.
That's
I think
as
this
good
is
as a concession right there.
I think this is for pride right now.
Say, I'm going to make this draw. So Sam, we'll see if Sam can guide it in for Shaelyn here.
And
once again, a little light.
Yeah. And
just couldn't find the draw weight here today.
No, that's a steal of 2.
So we're going to add 2 more. We're going to make a final.
And I think
they haven't did they shake yet?
No.
We're going to call it handshakes.
I don't think it's mathematically possible at this point. So
no, we're going to shake for them. But anyway, folks, stay with us. We got some close games on other sheets here. We're going to set up our technology here. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to update our scoreboard. We're going to come back with action from Team Charlie Sullivan, Leah Thompson, and Tyler Palmerter and Ronnie Burgess, which is a battle of our heavyweight top-seeded teams on sheet 3. So we're going to come back with you in a moment. Hello, folks. We're back with action from our, we're going to switch sheets here. Actually, we're going to update our scoreboard here. Just one moment, folks. I forgot I need a different scoreboard.
Okay.
Sheet 3 scoreboard.
Okay, I didn't know how to do that. Okay.
Actually, it just works out good. We're going to be coming right back after the next end. Hello, folks. Yeah, we're back with action. We've switched games actually. We're our feature game has been handshakes after 6 ends of play. So we're with you on sheet 3, coming with Leah Thompson, Charlie Sullivan versus Tyler Palmer and Ronnie Burgess. A battle of our top seeded teams here in a B section qualifying game.
I believe so, James. Yeah. So the loser is still alive.
Still alive, yeah. I think the loser of this game drops to play the winner of Christina Worm and Dean Grattan and Abernathy and McNamara. So
Yeah.
good game here, 7-4. Charlie Sullivan does have a 7-4 lead. Just took 2 in the 6th end to go up 7-4. So Palmer and Burgess do have hammer. We're unsure if either team has used their power play to this point, but traditionally Charlie Sullivan and Leah Thompson have used their power play early in the game, first or second end. So
I can confirm Charlie uses power play in the first end.
First end, yeah.
Okay.
That's traditionally Charlie's style, I've noticed. So
He likes to have that early lead.
yeah. In
And,
case anybody's wondering, the voice you just heard was the Wizard of Oz here at the
Absolutely.
at the gauge, Bobby Billard.
And he is our wizard, technical guru, and we'd like to thank Bobby for all the volunteer work, technical work, on ice work. He's also an official here, and just a fantastic individual.
Yeah, I think he's worn about 15 hats this week. So
Great job, Bobby.
he probably takes the place of about 6 people. So
That's not an underestimate.
no. So anyway, lots of rocks all lined up here in the forefoot. Charlie Sullivan and Leah put their rocks perfectly placed back button and top button. So trouble already for Palmer and Burgess here. They're going to see how they navigate this.
Yeah, Tyler throwing an out turn. Looks like she's going to try and weld onto that shot stone in the forefoot.
Ronnie's making a curl as much as he can.
Oh, they're playing the tap. Okay.
So another chance for Charlie and Leah just to simply draw around top 4, freeze to their own blue rocks, make it real tough.
Yeah. Thompson Sullivan with command of this end currently right now. A stone in the control zone and center guard, and of course one on the button.
Charlie choosing to hit that red rock and actually roll to the same spot, does the same job. Great shot. You have to be quick when you're around Charlie Sullivan. He's very quick in the hack.
Great for commentators. Though.
Yeah. I know we've seen Charlie at a couple Briars, and I don't think anybody's ever seen his delivery. I don't think TSN's ever caught him actually throwing a rock.
Yeah.
Rock's actually halfway down the sheet by the time they realize it's his turn.
Yeah, he doesn't like to waste time.
No, doesn't like that camera time, I guess.
So
yeah,
Tyler's throwing, looks like a control weight hit on this, on the shot stone, nicely executed.
what a great shot.
And suddenly There's 3 red stones in the rings and 1 very lonely blue.
Just like that, 3 blue rocks in good spots, and Tyler makes a perfect hit and roll to lie, what, second, third, and fourth. So lots to be careful of for Sullivan Thompson. Lots of red rocks building up.
So just goes to show how quickly things can turn around in mixed doubles. Charlie, playing the scoreboard, just hits the open one. Those 2 blue stones look pretty flat. Ronnie's indicating, try and play some sort of double. It looks pretty tough to play a double on that. It does look pretty flat.
I think he was dreaming there for a moment. He woke up now and realizes that maybe a hack weight hit and roll here is probably more suitable. So Tyler just threw this on her first one. This is her 3rd stone of the end. So Tyler will be pretty close on this. She played that tap on her first stone, so she knows the line. Like we've seen all week, that if you up your weight in these on these type of shots, it does track a bit. So got to be careful.
She's carving it over. Lots of room by the guard. This is looking very nice. Nice shot. Very nice shot.
Unfortunately, doesn't save the shooter, but still that blue rock top 4 had to be removed. So check first things first on that one, and she made that, but she would have liked to have saved her shooter off to the side here. So a chance for Leah. Now is she going to revert to the hitting game that Charlie was doing, or is she going to simply draw to the back 4-foot shot as well?
And we have no one holding the broom, so we can't tell what the call is. There's a couple of opportunities. One is the red double, which is a little tough. You could freeze to shot stone behind the center guard. That would be very acceptable as well, I think. Even hitting the open one isn't really going to do you much. You just leave an open draw for 2.
I think we're seeing the hit. Or no, it looks like she'd be drawing to the back one here, I'd say.
Outturn draw.
Outturn draw. That would be what I would have guessed for Leah. I think if Charlie was throwing, he'd take on that half rock double on the reds, but Charlie's guiding it in. Great shot. This is Leah's wheelhouse there. She makes a lot of these kind of shots, so
Yeah,
great shot. It didn't curl a lot for them, so I think there is a chance to tap that out, take 2 here. I think they're lining up a double. I'm not sure that's worth it, but
no, that's a pretty steep double.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's mixed
there.
doubles. You take 2 points here. It's a 7-6 ball game.
You got a good chance of stealing.
They are taking this on though.
This is it's a little bit risky. To James's point, it would be a safe call to take your 2 and battle back, especially in mixed doubles. It's very easy to steal. So Ronnie's elected to play the in-off here. He's got to hit this pretty thick and get a lot of action. This is going to have some heat on it.
He's trying to catch up to it to help it curl. No, didn't curl enough. Just able to hit an inch of that and roll out. So it is a steal of 1 for Sullivan Thompson. Had an opportunity for 2 there to make it a 1-point game, but they did take on the double. So Parmenter Burgess with hammer coming home needs 4 to tie this game. Definitely threw enough weight there to make the double. Just needed to hit probably a thick half.
Yeah.
I think he actually needed probably more than half there.
Yeah.
To make it.
Ronnie can definitely throw it pretty hard.
Yes.
And yeah, good attempt. Good attempt. Not sure if it was the right call. To your point, maybe taking the reliable 2 points and being even 1 down with might be a better situation than now having hammer and trying to get 4 back.
Yeah, no, a 7-6, 8-4 ball game. I'm going to go out on a limb and just say I didn't like that call myself, but when you're out there, sometimes you get a feel for the game, and they might have felt like they needed that third point there to tie it up. But either way, if you're tied 7-7, or if you're down, if you make that shot, you're 7-7. If you're down 7-6, you're still trying to steal one in the eighth end. It doesn't really change the scenario.
Yeah, we always say that the strategy is much easier to call behind the glass.
Yeah, yep. Never been wrong up here. I played a few tournaments this year, been wrong lots, but since I started commentating here a couple days ago, I've been wrong once, so it's been great.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You'll have to start coaching.
Hey, I've started doing that too, but I think I'm wrong there too. You can be wrong. This is the only place that's safe. This is our safe space, Chris.
That's right. That's right. Yep. No one to criticize us in our booth,
exactly.
In the broadcast booth.
So Leah's rock did come a little deep there, so there is a pocket for Ronnie to freeze down on. So early potential here.
Big end needed here now to tie up this game. Tyler working this pretty good.
Good shots. Able to tap that blue one back. Stayed on top of their own, so good shot.
With a 4-point deficit, they're really going to need a miss from Thompson-Sullivan.
So once again, this is a B division game, so neither team's going to be eliminated in this draw. So Tyler and Ronnie, if they weren't able to come back in this game, will have another opportunity later. Look at that shot.
Very nice.
We're just going to have a look at that.
Yeah.
If we save the replay appropriately. Nose tapped on the button and actually tapped it to almost a perfect freeze.
Wow, that is a 10-foot, 11-foot raise.
I don't think that was the call.
No, but
No.
Worked out for Charlie Sullivan.
Worked out. That could have gone wrong, and if he taps that any other place, then Tyler and Ronnie are drawing to line 3 buried. So
Well, I
a
think
little bit of a break there.
Tyler can get to the inside of this, though.
Yeah, she could still make it work.
And in mixed doubles, 4 is never out of the question. If she makes this, they'll be sitting 3 behind cover with hammer.
Trying to get it by here.
Ronnie's working it.
Yes, no, it's by now. Great looking weight.
Yeah, weight's really good. Back 8 weight.
That's a great shot, I think, by Tyler.
Okay.
She's made 3 or 4 in a row here, just perfect. So
Now this sets things up for Parmenter Burgess, and I'm curious what the defense is for Thompson-Sullivan. Do you throw a guard?
Yep. Charlie's come down to look.
That's what he's thinking about.
And I know Charlie well enough. If he's standing there looking and thinking this long, then that means there's some trouble.
Mhm.
So he would normally have this rock thrown by now. So definitely some concern on the Thompson-Sullivan side at this point. So I think you'll see Charlie run that that center guard back. He just did it with draw weight, so why can't he do it with peel?
Yeah, good point.
You know. So and even if he he misses the run back, he's going to peel that guard off, and I think
It'll open things up.
That's a
and,
good thing either way.
Right. It'll open things up and be able to put them in a good position.
Mm-hmm. This is Charlie's second rock, I believe. So there is time yet.
Yeah. He's got some good weight on this. Probably regular hit.
Joe. That was probably the worst thing that could happen. I don't know if he was straight peeling that guard to begin with, but
I don't know.
he rubbed the guard and did not really move it at all and left the situation pretty much as it is in the forefoot. So some serious danger zone time here for Sullivan Thompson. There's a good shot here by Tyler, similar to her first one. Just tap that red one up, freeze it on the blue, and you're going to have to be careful now.
I think she needs to throw just maybe hack or heavy hack
Yeah.
and easily sit potentially 4 here after this shot.
There you go. Don't go away, folks. So similar shot to Tyler's last one, so she should be close. Ronnie's carving this over. Didn't curl enough, ended up jamming it into her own and tapping her own back 8 foot. So
yeah, they're not going to be happy with
not
that.
ideal, but there are still some chances there, still some thoughts. Still some danger in the eyes of Sullivan Thompson here. So, but I think with a good shot, you might be able to clinch the win here. Come right down to the top of the freeze to the top red one.
And that's what it looks like. Charlie's motioning just to draw right on top of what looks to be shot stone, and completely take the end away.
Right now, if Charlie doesn't throw, I think Tyler and Ronnie do have a shot for 4. Just tap in that red one onto the blue, little high side, little roll to the edge of the 4, and I think they get their 4. But
not an easy shot, though.
Not an easy shot, but Charlie will be looking to at least block that off. Anything in the 4-foot area, I think, as long as it's not frozen, corner frozen on that red, is the only spot you don't want this.
Yeah. Charlie Sullivan looks like it's in-turn draw, right to shot stone.
Needs to curl.
He's trying to carve it over there. It's looking pretty close.
It's a good shot.
Yeah. I think it does the job.
I think it does the job. I think there's a little normal weight. Maybe run that top 4-foot one in, hit the one Charlie just threw, and maybe comes back onto the blue, and maybe I think there's a dream available here.
Yeah.
I think if you were able to just hit half of this into the blue, comes back onto the other blue, and if it somehow kicks away from that back 8-foot blue, there is a shot here for. I could get behind this one.
You think you can get all 3 blues moving here?
Yeah, I think you're going to lose one of your. I think that red on the back button would be leaving the rings as well, probably, but hopefully that one back 12 might come into play. And if you were able to save your shooter, I think it's there, Chris.
It's a tough-looking shot.
Yeah.
But, they're eyeballing it.
That's all they got. Put it that way. That's all they got. Oh, and actually, this isn't even last rock either. Actually, this is tile. So we're not okay. The dream's still alive there, big time then.
Well, thanks for the reminder there.
Yeah, we can. I thought this was last rock. So yeah, they were to tap something into that situation.
Certainly, removing something, one of those 2 blues is paramount.
Yeah,
right
I think
now.
the key is to kick that one out from top 4. That's the trouble rock right now. So you got to hit this on the broom side, high side. Move the blue out from the top 4, and hopefully this red rock that she's tapping is settle in on the freeze on that blue rock that's on the button, back button.
She'll definitely want to keep her shooter here.
Yes. So this is Tyler's last rock. Trying to make a curl. Looks close.
She made contact with both blues.
Yep. So there are 4 rocks in play.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And it looks like a setup double there on the 2 blues.
Looks like a double. So Charlie and Leah have to make the next one. They could just do the same thing Charlie just did a minute ago and just freeze on that red one, and I think it's game over. But yeah, I think that is the call.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there'll be a shot after.
No, you could also just remove remove the back 4-foot red rock closest to our camera there, and that would probably do it as well. So a good freeze here.
I don't think she'll be flirting with the guard. I think this will be by the guard by a good 1.5 foot, and that's a pretty long guard out there.
Yeah, because right now, like I said, if she doesn't throw, there's a nose hit double for 5. So here's Leah. Let's check Charlie's body language here. He kind of likes it. He's off and on.
Yeah. Even corner frozen might do the job here, and that's what it looks like. It's rolled a little bit.
I think that does the job. I can't. Let's see if we can dream up anything this time.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, I don't think you could get some sort of ricochet hit, maybe half that red stone, and he's put his broom down, and I'm not sure if he's just throwing a stone for the sake of throwing it. If there's a shot, can you hit half that red and get them all moving?
I think it's game over, Chris.
I think you might be right there, James.
I don't know.
James, you're pretty experienced. I think I'll go with your experience on this one.
I can't see anything. Maybe a peel weight feather on that button red. Maybe kicks the one she just threw, and then hopefully makes the double on the back. But I don't know.
Sort of like a round the horn.
Yeah.
That's what
I think that's
he's
what
thinking.
Ronnie's doing here. I think he's hitting half of this. Hopefully make both blues move, kick up onto the forefoot, hit the red onto the blue, blah, blah, blah.
And good attempt.
Yeah, but he needed to make that double, but he also needed to kick it off the button and get rid of the other blue as well. So.
And so that's handshakes.
But a great game. Some interesting calls coming down the stretch. Both of these teams you'll see a little later in the week. Both teams are still in contention. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in for Draw 12 of the BrokerLink Mixed Doubles Provincial Curling Championships here at the Gage Golf and Curling Association in Oromocto, New Brunswick. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have another draw for you here in probably an hour.
Yeah, about an hour from
or
now.
So tune in on our YouTube channel, and we'll bring you right to your living room some high quality mixed doubles action here from Oromocto, New Brunswick.
We'll just keep you updated
Oh,
with
yeah, we're gonna do
the
an
current
update before we
scores.
go
So our feature game finished up with a win for Stanley Godin. That was a win we just witnessed with Sullivan Thompson over Parmenter Burgess. Right now we have a 8-4 game with Elliott Smith and Campbell Carr for Elliott Smith. And we have a 9-7 lead of Grattan Worm over Aberthy and McNamara.
Yeah, Grattan and Worm are able to score 4 in the 7th end to go up by 2 coming home. So anyway, once again, we'll be back with you for some action a little later tonight. And thanks for tuning in, folks. Take care.